And we are live. Hello, good evening. Welcome everyone to Reality Hour. I'm Adam Samuel. Tonight, it's week 2 of Dancing with the Stars. And joining me for this podcast is the lovely Grace. How you doing today, Grace?
I'm doing okay. Work's starting to feel a little bit easier, but we do have a lot to talk about this week because we had our first elimination. We had a lot of performances. We have some other breaking news.
Yes, on the topic of breaking news, we have a special guest joining us. Eric, how you doing?
Yeah, I was lying in bed about to fall asleep and I saw this news and I figured, screw it, I'll join in and talk for the first 5 minutes about this news. So, Cody got COVID and that really, really sucks. And I hope
This is
he
breaking
recovers
news. This
fast.
happened 5-10 minutes ago.
My mom on the phone was just pissed, and she's like, "I'm so mad at that woman. Obviously, it's not her fault. Obviously, it's no one's fault. I mean, they're both vaccinated. They've both been taking all the precautions. It shows how contagious this Delta variant is, and it's why everyone needs to get their damn shots and wear a mask and stop arguing about it, because clearly it's contagious and clearly it's a problem, and hopefully they don't have too many symptoms because they're vaccinated. So, but
Yeah.
Well, Cheryl made a
I'm here to
video.
say, get your damn shots.
Well, let me just set the scene. So, as we've heard and seen on
Go
this
ahead.
week's
You
episode,
just froze.
I froze again. Am I back?
You're here.
Am I back? All right. So
back,
as we heard this past week about Cheryl, unfortunately came down with COVID. But the breaking news 5-10 minutes ago is that her partner has also come down with COVID, and I believe both of them, as Eric said, are vaccinated. So, this is a very unfortunate situation.
Yes.
But we've heard that Cody has COVID, but we did not hear anything about him dropping out. Do you think that announcement is imminent, Grace?
I do. I think he's probably going to have to withdraw from the competition because, he and Cheryl can't rehearse. They can't, be near the rest of the cast. They're going to have to drop out of the show.
This might be me just speaking from ignorance.
Did it just happen, Matthew? Matthew said it just happened, that he just announced that he's out.
But true?
Instagram said sending all our positive thoughts to Cody, but it didn't say anything about his future on the show. Unless there's somewhere else I need to look.
Now, I am no expert on COVID, and I'm pretty ignorant on the subject, but hypothetically, you could correct me if I'm wrong, or this is completely incorrect, but if they both have COVID, would that be bad if they don't have symptoms, would that be bad for them to continue somewhat, in a bubble, just the two of them?
Them being in the same studio as the rest of the cast is an issue.
I mean, they could be apart, but can't they maybe video them somewhere else, hypothetically? Like I said, I don't know. I'm not an expert. I don't know anything. I could be completely wrong, but no idea, Grace?
Nope.
All right. Well, as Eric mentioned earlier, he is the biggest Cody fan of the three of us.
I'm not. My family is.
I'd never even heard of him before he was on the show.
Well, since you were such a fan, or ish,
I know fans. Yes.
The person of the three of us who knew him before the announcement, were you? If this is the end of his run on the show, are you satisfied? Are you did you enjoy what you Was he good? What did you think?
Well, given that I thought he was going to win the show, obviously I'm not satisfied. But
But Adam's team is already in shambles.
No, it's not.
My team is not at all in shambles.
I think JoJo Siwa is the front runner at this point.
I think she's going to win. I think she's gaining momentum.
Has a really good chance.
Yeah, I think my team is doing pretty good. I mean, I don't even know, if not JoJo, who would it be? That's kind of the point where I'm at. And I think we're actually doing really good, Grace. And I'll be honest, I don't think Cody was going to win either way.
Just
He wasn't.
based on the scores he got the first 2 weeks, he wasn't.
Yeah, so
No.
does this mean we
But
won't
also
be getting...
Cheryl did hint that this might be her last season. So if this is the way her run has to end, that's really, really sad.
Did she ever win a season?
She won seasons 2 and 3. Those were her first 2 seasons. Never won again.
But what does this mean like for the season going forward? Because if Cody does drop out, do we have a week of no eliminations? Do we have
Usually
no
that's
double
what they
elimination?
do. So if Cody drops out next week, they won't send anybody home.
But there
That's
is going to be like a double elimination later. Maybe you could just cut it from a double to a single.
I don't know. It's complicated. My best guess is they'll stick to what they've done since season 3 with the first withdrawal and not send anybody home that week.
All right. Well, outside of this news, is there any kind of big headlines you want to talk about, Grace, about the show, week in general, before we kind of get into the deep dive?
All right. Slight rant time. So the end of last year, we did a hopes for reality competition TV shows video. And one of my hopes was that we'd get different songs for Disney night. Apparently, ABC misinterpreted this and decided to give us 2 Disney nights so we could make everyone happy.
But you're getting more songs. You'll probably get different ones.
I know. That's what I was saying. So week 4, Monday night will be Disney Heroes, and Tuesday night will be Disney Villains. And the villain songs are so rarely utilized. So I'm kind of happy about that.
There aren't even that many great villain. No, there are a lot. What I'm trying to say is there are great villain songs.
Are better than the other songs. What are you talking about?
I meant that. I meant what I was trying to say is there aren't as many. You know what I mean?
But
they're great ones.
So
there's only like
haven't been done a lot.
Like there's probably Poor Unfortunate Souls, Gaston.
That's been done. That's been done.
Be prepared.
I don't know. Be prepared. Yeah, I don't know if this. I don't know.
Like I don't think I could get to 10. Like
and we have to get to at least 13, we have to get at least 12. I mean, now I don't know if this counts, but the De La Cruz version of Remember Me was done. I don't know if that counts or not.
That counts.
Yeah, I don't even know if
I'm guessing
help us people in the chat.
I'm guessing that we'll probably do the Imperial March
from Star Wars.
That would be fantastic.
It would be like that'd be like a kick-ass paso.
Did Jafar have a theme?
I don't think he did.
The Little Mermaid had Poor Unfortunate Souls.
But
thanks, Eric.
Bye.
All right, Eric, it was fun. Well, F's in the chat.
Yeah, the only headline I saw from this week's episode was Tyra's dress.
Tyra's got a Tyra, Grace. But overall, were you a fan of the week? Do you think it went well?
I did like the episode. There were some couples that really stepped up their game. I had the highest scoring dance of the episode, so I'm very happy about that on my team. Some people on my team I'm losing faith in, but most everybody improved this week, so I'm pretty happy about that.
I'm just really quickly looking online. Is it true that Catherine McPhee and David Foster were on The Masked Singer?
I think I saw that. I don't watch the show, though, or pay attention at all, so I'm the wrong person to ask.
All right. So, yeah, this is really crazy, though, about Cody. I mean, hope he feels better. And so does Cheryl.
Yeah, I think he's. But I think they're both out of the competition, though.
They're both out, you think?
I think so.
All right. Well, let's get into the deep dive. Let's start going through. We got a lot of contestants to get through. Again, really short performances, though.
Oh yeah, what'd you think about the opening skit?
Oh, it was funny. I thought it was pretty cute. Like when they were all watching the. Yeah, and
it was nice to see like clips from like really old seasons. Like, I mean, do I want to see Jerry Springer on my TV? No, but I like that they're acknowledging the older seasons now because a lot of the current fans either didn't watch them or don't want to acknowledge them.
All right. Well, Matt James and Lindsay. up first doing a samba. What did you think?
I thought it was pretty good. Taking his shirt off, I think, was one of those like I need to get extra points moves.
Yeah, they were right about the
But-
gimmickiness of it. Like it just
Yeah. Also, how about the fact that Lindsay had a baby less than a year ago and she still has a better body than me?
well, Lindsay's Lindsay, and she's perfect. But I personally thought it was like not a good dance overall. Like I agree.
Yeah.
I was like, oh well, this might be the season when we don't have a bachelor contestant winning.
The guys never win. They always make it farther than they should have.
Wasn't there like
yeah, I
Dollar
really-
Store Joe or something who made it far?
Grocery
Is that the
store
guy's
Joe.
name?
He made it to the semifinals despite being
I was
one of
close.
the worst dancers on the show.
I was close. Ish. I knew there were 3 words.
He knew one, and he knew he worked at a store.
I knew he worked somewhere. But let's move on. Olivia Jade.
He and Laura were the two I had higher hopes for that are disappointing me. But let's talk about Olivia.
Laura was the one who was married to Nick Cordero, right?
That's Amanda.
Ah.
Laura's the
All
one
right,
from
well,
Memphis.
Olivia Jade and Val. I continue to say this. I think she's getting over the hump. I think she's going to be here for the long run. I know Grace is going to disagree, but I'm looking at the comments.
I actually don't because of the controversy. She danced beautifully. That is not the problem with her. The problem is
her controversy, but like looking at the comments, like they're very supportive. Like there's not a lot of like they really like her.
I was gonna say like Carol Baskin, Spicy, Tanya Harding, they are slimier people than Olivia Jade is. I don't know if this was like there was one part. I don't know if her steps were too big at one point because it looked really awkward. But she did do a very nice dance.
Yeah. Look, I think she's gonna go far. I think for her, the ceiling is probably 4th. I think that's the furthest she's gonna go.
I don't even see her finale at this point. I don't think she can. Final.
I don't think she can either, but I think she can get close. I think she's gonna be here for a while, and I think it was a good choice to pick her for my draft, honestly. Because look, she got one of the better dances of the night, right? Was she top 3, top 4?
She was up there.
Yeah, so good for my draft. We move on. Kenya Moore and Brandon doing a cha-cha-cha. Thoughts?
I thought it was a salsa. I wrote salsa.
It might have been.
I like her like empowering women message. That's a really good message to pass on. I think she has a lot of potential. I thought it could have been a lot sharper though. She's a lot of energy.
Yeah, it does look like a samba.
It was a salsa.
Salsa. My bad.
There's a difference. Now I'm not entirely sure if she will emerge from the middle of the pack. I got home from work, Matthew, and I was watching this with blinders on. But yeah, I think she has a lot of potential. I hope that she can bring it out, but somehow I think the best she can finish is like middle of the pack. I don't see her.
I was going to say 6th at best. I think at best. I think she's fine for now, but I think the middle pack, the bottom line, is slowly going to start to catch up, and I think she's going to be in trouble. But she'll be here for a while. Perfectly fine. Middle of the road contestant.
Yeah.
Who's basically like the Miz, who was with Whitney doing a tango. What did you think?
Thought the song choice was good for him. There wasn't really anything wrong with it. But I just want to see him like have more control. Be a little bit more restrained. I'm going to say the same thing about someone else later on, but I feel like there's just no control. He's just continuing to be wild. And at some point, the novelty's going to wear off.
I just feel like he's kind of there. Like I forget he's here, honestly. Like he screams another middle of the road contestant. I don't even think
Whitney
he makes it to
is
6.
choreographing to his strengths, which is a good thing. But I mean, Len didn't like it. I think the 5 was a little bit harsh, but Len's grumpy. So
Yeah, I agree. And I gotta ask a question for you. Of the
Mhm.
pros on this cast, who would you say are the best choreographers?
Well, for one thing, Matthew, I 100% agree with you. All over the place, energy wise. Um, best choreographers. I don't even know. Like, I mean, Sharna does a really good job showcasing her partner's strengths. She's had amazing freestyles. Although this week that did not show with the Rumba at all. But we'll get to that next, actually. Whitney and Lindsay, I think, are both fantastic. I think Whitney more choreographs for her sometimes than her partner.
Is Val a good choreographer?
He is. He's just been on the show entirely too long, and I don't think he cares anymore.
Yeah, I would have said Whitney. So I like her choreography. I like the themed weeks. Like she does some fun stuff with it. But let's move on. Brian Austin Green and Sharna doing a rumba. What did you think?
Well, Sharna said last week that Brian can't move his hips, and she's right. A lot of pro celebrities this season are lacking in hips. Matthew even tweeted that during the show, and I'm like, absolutely. Their chemistry was fantastic, but they're a couple. So I kind of expected that. I think also when
Yeah, that's
Len
not fair a little bit.
Oh, I know. I mean, Len said he didn't really like it. And Brian laughing at that might not have done him any favors as far as the competition goes. Because in order to win this show, unless your name is Bobby Bones, you have to be likable.
It's still very weird to see her with blonde hair. Like I'm so not used to it.
I mean, I've been rewatching the show like from the beginning, and her first season she had her natural like dark hair. It was really pretty, and then she ditched it for the red hair, and I just got so used to it. Like I think the show needed like the rebel girl because that had been missing for a few years. But yeah, and Matthew is right. Most of the Rumbas were not good this week. There were a lot of Rumbas this week, and none of them were great.
But maybe, what did you think about Christine Chu and Pasha doing a salsa? How do you think they did?
Okay, Despacito, strike 1. I actually thought it was pretty good. Her shapes are really nice. Her energy was good. Before I watched this episode, I looked at the results. I was not surprised at all that she was in the bottom 2 because I watched last week's. I looked at the view counts on YouTube. She was like pretty low on the board. JoJo was like killing everybody. And Christine was pretty low on the board. So I was not at all surprised at that at all to see her in the bottom 2. Based on this week alone, I don't think she should have been there.
Honestly, I think she just gets lost in the mix. Like who's gonna get too excited? I don't want to sound harsh, but who's gonna get so excited to vote for her? Like I don't think she has the hugest fan base, and her dances aren't, exactly anything that special. So
right.
She's just going to kind of get lost. I think she's out in the next couple of weeks, honestly.
I do too. Do you think, because I mean, depending on how they do Disney night, because I know the last few seasons when they've done, or Disney week, excuse me, when they've done 2 shows in 1 week, they've sent one couple home each episode. So if they do that, I think she might survive the first one. I don't see her surviving the second one. Like if she's in the bottom 2 again, I don't think she's going to survive.
All right. Well, let's move on to Jimmy Allen and Emma doing a rumba. I don't like rumbas. I think I've decided that after this week. It's probably my least favorite of the dances.
This week. I will say Jimmy, for me, gets the award.
Most improved.
Jimmy and Iman were the 2 most improved this week. Jimmy was very smooth. He looked like he enjoyed the dance more. I don't know if it's because it was his song, perhaps. Yeah, Christine is forgettable, and with 15 people in the cast, people are going to get lost. I always find myself forgetting about contestants until the cast gets progressively smaller.
Yeah.
But back to Jimmy. I don't know if he was happier doing his own song. That just made him feel better. But he was much better this week.
Did you notice during the performance that Bruno was just like copying him? Like, did you notice that? I was like, oh, I don't know. Is he just like feeling it, or is he judging, like seeing how the arm is supposed to be? Like, what was going on there?
I don't know, because like until last season, I don't think they ever really showed the judges during the performance. But you're supposed to be on my side. But yeah, I don't. It was. I just lost my train of thought completely. What was I talking about?
Most improved and Bruno's dances.
Oh yeah, like because they never used to show the judges until like last season, but last season there was no audience. But like last season I kind of noticed it a little bit, and when we get to Cody later on, they show Derek for a bit. But like Bruno is the one who does the most moving around. He's like always getting out of his chair during his feedback. Carrie Ann does too. Len is more.
He just gets into it.
He's very enthusiastic. He's very passionate.
Yes. Amanda Klutz and Alan. Grace's
Highest
third
score
pick,
of the week.
second pick? Highest
Third, I think.
score of the week.
Yeah, tied with JoJo combined. But anyway, this was fantastic. She had energy. She had great technique. She had finesse. I'm not entirely convinced that she can win at this point. A lot of people on Reddit are already accusing her of milking her husband's death for votes. I definitely don't think that's what she's doing. But it's kind of hard to see.
Week 2. I don't know, it's week 2 at this point, you know? Like,
I was going to say, like, well, this week she did talk about him because this was their first dance at their wedding. But it's not like, I mean, if she's like crying about her husband every week, then I'm going to say something. But at some point, like also I know that's a big part of what's driving her right now. And usually it's not the contestants that milk it. It's the show that does.
Tell me about where you see her placing.
Yeah.
Where do you see her placing?
I think she can make the finale. I think the best she can hope for is 3rd or 4th. I don't even see her in the top 2.
I think shock boot, honestly.
If she's in the bottom 2 at any point, depending on who she's there with, she's going to survive it. Like if she's in the last elimination and it's her first time in the bottom 2, she's going to stay. If it comes down between like Amanda and Suni, I feel like they'd probably save Amanda over Suni. And if that actually happens, oh my gosh.
And back to back, we got our both 2 dances back to back. JoJo and Jenna doing a cha-cha-cha.
Her house.
She's going to win.
Can we just talk about her house for a minute? Because she took Jenna to her house. I wasn't sure if it looked like the inside of a Claire's or the M&M store.
Oh, God.
Like, I wasn't even sure. You ever been to the M&M store in New York? It's heaven on earth.
I have. And there's a lot of M&Ms, a lot of color. It's like, there's a lot going on here.
But yeah, I'm going to New
also
York
Jolly
next week.
Ranchers.
Are they made by Mars too? I don't know.
I think so.
I thought Jolly Ranchers.
But maybe I'm confusing 2 places.
You're like JoJo is a lot taller than Jenna.
I told you, didn't I say that when we were doing the draft? Or was it Iman I was talking about? Someone, like, you got to work with, like, pairing the, height. It's important.
Yeah, I mean, typically in ballroom dancing, the man should be about 6 to 8 inches taller, and she is about 6 to 8 inches taller than Jenna. But they're also both in heels. Derek does want her to contain herself a little bit more, which I totally agree with. Depending on what song she has for Britney Week, that's probably not going to happen. But the further she makes into the competition, she's going to have to do dances with more finesse. And I hope that she can handle it.
What song do you think she might do for Britney? Because you got to also think JoJo is kind of her audience is much younger. She's probably going to have to go very...
Yeah, I don't think she can do like...
a lot of Britney's catalog.
Britney's raunchy songs. Like, I don't think she can do Work Bitch, for example.
I think Every Time. Is it Every Time? Is that hers?
Yeah, either that or maybe Circus could work. I know what some of the people
like you gotta like I was just thinking, what song? No, yeah, that doesn't work.
Like, what song would work for?
Like, you can't do "Hit Me, Baby, One More Time." Like, you can't do like a lot of the songs. Kind of. No, you know what I mean. Like, I was thinking, what song does she do of Britney's? Like, the only one I could think of was "Every Time." I'm not the
Didn't
biggest.
Britney,
Like, I don't.
in that video?
Didn't she what?
Didn't she like off herself in that video? I don't know.
I never watched the video. I just know the song.
I don't know.
Ooh, good one.
What?
That is a good choice.
Yeah, Till the World Ends. Yeah. I feel like we're gonna see a
I like
lot
that song.
of jazzes next week. A lot of
Who are you
jazzes.
most excited for Britney Week?
Well, I know what half the couples are doing. I know what Melanie C is doing. She's doing a tango, and I'm hoping that will be good for her. I'm hoping somebody's gonna do circus. I don't care who it is at this point.
All right. Well, Iman and Daniela doing a rumba. I think he moved himself up a couple of weeks. I don't think he's gonna win or make it very far, but I think he saved himself from this week and maybe next week. What do you think?
Cody saved everyone from next week, unfortunately. I mean, we met his wife this week, which that could either win or lose him points. If you're a good-looking married guy, you're screwed. Like, if you're single, it's fine. It's funny how
That's
this
so
shows
sad.
It is. I thought his arms were really nice. That was really nice to see. The way he led Daniela was really good
tall.
too. He is. I thought Daniela was taller than that, but I don't know. He is smooth, but he's getting outdanced, so I think that might be his downfall. But nice to see an improvement this week, no doubt.
Yeah, like I said, improvement.
Yes.
Don't see him making. I think in the next week or two, he's fine. After that, I think he's in major trouble.
Yeah.
All right, Martin Cove and Britt. Poor dude.
Elimination.
Our elimination. He deserved it though. Not that's the wrong word. The time had come. I mean, it was week 1, but you know,
there was no way anybody between him and the next person, there were 18 points. If he didn't go home, something would have been majorly messed up.
What do you think of this dance though?
The first 30 seconds with the weird faces, I couldn't take them seriously. This was your classic, I know we're going home. Let's just do something to say we did something dance. Yeah,
she's really doing everything here. Like, just he's trying, but it's just. Let's just move on to Melora and Artem doing a rumba. I don't like rumbas. Every time I hear the song, I think it's CC Fry, and I just.
Sorry, I just don't get it. Appropriate.
But did you get this dance?
I thought it was okay. She and my mom need to bond about being empty nesters since I just moved out of her house. But yeah, I mean, she was my second pick in the Caitlin Burstow spot. Also the Alyssa Ray spot, and I think she's heading in the Alyssa Ray direction. She's not doing as well as I want her to do. She's falling through the cracks. She's forgettable. I hope she makes it further, but I doubt it.
I think she's just going to get lost in the mix here, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just, I don't see her surviving much longer. I mean, no, that's not to say. I think she'll be fine for, she's out, I think, in my opinion, 10th, 9th, 8th place.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's talk about Cody and Cheryl. Oh, man. Judged off the dress rehearsal. So
this wasn't even dress rehearsal. They were still in the studio. Because Sunday they do camera.
I didn't even know they record that.
There's crazy cameras on 24/7. But yeah.
What was Tyra Banks wearing though? Seriously.
I thought she looked like a loofah. Some people are saying she looked like Farfalle.
She looked
I wasn't
very
really
red.
Sure what it was. And it's big. Yeah, if there's a Melora Christine bottom two, who would the judges save? I think it might depend on who does better that week, honestly. But back to Cody. So this is typical when somebody gets injured right before the show or somebody can't perform. They usually go off rehearsal footage, especially if it's like a pro that gets injured, because like the pros that can swap in. But Cheryl tested positive for COVID on Sunday, so that gave them absolutely no time. Rehearsals are never full out. They're just kind of rehearsing. Yes, Matthew, you tweeted that. It was like this Funko Pop of some dinosaur thing. I don't even know what it was. I saw that on Twitter. But yeah, there were parts of that rehearsal that weren't together. It really wasn't bad. A lot of people think it would have scored much, much better on the stage. And it probably would have, but I knew he was going to survive this week regardless because people were going to vote for him. But now he is also COVID positive, so I personally think they have no choice but to drop out of the competition.
Yeah. Look, it's a rehearsal. And it's good. Like it's solid, but it's still just kind of everyone else has the glitz and glamour of the live show, and it just is them kind of in their, they're training out. Like it's just, but we'll see what happens with them. Stay tuned for on Twitter. Where would we find out what's going to happen?
Probably their socials, not so much Facebook, because their Facebook doesn't get updated as frequently as their Twitter and Instagram do. I think they're going to be gone, personally.
But you know who's not going to be gone? Mel C and Gleb doing a foxtrot.
Mm-hmm.
You say my team is in shambles. I think we're doing pretty good, honestly. Tell me I'm wrong, Grace.
It only takes one to win. It only takes one to win. I said that last season. She looked more nervous this time. Like I said, like Jimmy was more comfortable with his own song. Maybe Melanie was more comfortable last week with the Spice Girls song, and this week she gets a Beatles song, and it's a foxtrot, so she can't show energy. She looked really good, though. I liked last week better, even though the judges scored her better this week. I think she's in for the long haul. You forgot about Melanie C? Well, yeah. I mean, again, sporty Spice.
Yeah, but like real, like bodybuilder ripped. Like I didn't know the Spice Girls. I didn't, I didn't keep up with that. So,
well, she's.
But I'm so happy she's on my team.
Yeah.
I'm so happy she's on my team. I think I
really wanted her, so I didn't have much faith in her, and I really wanted her, but I was hoping you wouldn't pick her so quickly so I could get her. And then you picked her second, and I was just like, damn.
Good second pick, though. I mean, after JoJo.
Yeah, she might be this season's Caitlin Bristow.
No, here's how I think. Like, as much as I enjoy her,
she'll win. I
think she's either shock boot or like third or fourth. Those are where I predict.
Yeah, because I'm seeing now, because Gleb's only made the finals twice, and I mean, Jana and Lauren, neither of them were ever going to win anyway, but Jana Kramer's fate was sealed with their freestyle being god-awful.
Yeah, but I really liked when they did the Selena Gomez song.
Yes.
That was, I think, one of the best performances of the show that I've watched. Like, it was just that good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but closing out the night, Suni Lee and Sasha doing a cha-cha-cha.
Doing a back
pretty good
in heels.
Yep.
Suni Lee.
Man, I don't want her in the finale.
I do.
She could win.
She did.
And I say that because of the draft. I was being silly. I think she's.
Can you ever just be happy for me?
But man, that flip was crazy. Like, that was the highlight of it, right?
She did seem more confident this week. I still think she can do a lot better than this. And she has another up-tempo out of her shell dance this week, which bothers me because JoJo hasn't had to do what she can't do. So why is Suni doing what she can't do? They're both going to be in for the long haul, so it's both going to have to happen eventually. But, like, let Suni do a contemporary and blow everybody else out of the water. Please.
Maybe that has something to do with the partner?
With Sasha?
Maybe.
Sasha's a ball
Choreography? Has Sasha
They
won?
don't pick their routines. No. He's been in the finale 3 times, but he's never won.
He had Simone.
Yes.
Who else?
Justina last season.
Yeah, Justina.
Allie Brooke. Tanya
Wow.
Harding was his other finalist.
All right. But
He always
that's
gets the
that's the episode. Do you have any kind of big things you want to talk about from the show kind of before we wrap it up?
So yeah, the elimination.
Oh yeah, well, that was kind of a given.
Yeah. The bottom 2 were Martin and Christine. Everyone voted to save Christine, so Martin is gone. We are not surprised in the least. And next week is Brittany night.
Wait, before we actually get there, who do you think's in trouble?
Well, if Cody's dropping out, nobody's going home.
But if hypothetically he's not, who's in trouble? All right, well, I'll say I think Christine is in trouble.
Yes.
And Brian or Kenya, I think, are the 3 who I would predict.
Mm-hmm. The next lowest on the leaderboard after Martin were Iman and Matt. So I think Iman could be in trouble. I think Matt will probably be fine. I don't think Brian
Kenya
is
or Brian.
Possibly Iman.
Matthew says it's a very obvious elimination. Or
yeah, because if Cody this week, yeah. But next week if Cody drops out, then nobody's going home, so we don't really have to talk about it.
He's going with Christine, Brian, and Iman.
Yeah, once you're in the bottom 2, get their lead, you're done, basically.
All right. Well, anything else you want to talk about here about the show?
Nope. Let's talk about Brittany.
What's going on? Do we have a song list?
I don't have the full press release yet, but we have a few dances from half of them. So Melanie C. and Gleb are doing not yet. Melanie C. and Gleb are doing a tango to Toxic, which I fully expected to be done.
Okay.
I have to scroll. Melora and Artem are doing a cha-cha to You Drive Me Crazy.
I got to be honest, I'm not that familiar with Britney's catalog. Like, I don't know that many of her songs. I know, like, the obvious ones, Womanizer, Oops, I Did It Again, Hit Me Baby One More Time.
You Drive Me Crazy was, I think it was her first album. If not, it was her second album. It was one of her earlier songs. All right. Cody and Cheryl were going to do Gimme More. And Cheryl teased some fierce choreography. As long as it was better than the VMAs.
Oh, yikes.
But I don't think that's gonna happen though.
All right, we'll keep it going.
The Miz and Whitney. I can't tell what they're doing. But they're pretty excited about that. There's gonna be some skin. So I don't know if the Miz is gonna take his shirt off too. But apparently he was a big apparently he was a big Britney fan in high school. Probably had a crush on her. Suni and Sasha.
Any predictions? Oh.
I don't know. Suni and Sasha are doing I'm a Slave for You. Hopefully without snakes. Well, like Alexa did a few years ago.
That was a misstep for her, honestly.
Yeah. Jimmy and Emma are doing a salsa to Outrageous, which I've heard before.
I don't know that song.
I know it. I can't sing it because what if my students are watching this? They're gonna be like,
I don't know what JoJo's gonna do if not Till the World Ends. I have no idea what song she's doing.
Well, on Twitter, on Spotify actually, I'm working on a playlist for the season. I'll tweet it whenever we get it. Whenever I find the list. So if Amanda has Circus, that might be good. I wanted Circus done. I think it's been done. But I mean, Britney has, like I said last week, like, could I even name 14 Britney songs? I probably can.
I think I can. 7 would probably be the cap for me. We should have like a back and forth. You want to do this real quick? Like
All right, lightning
opening
round
up
of
Britney
Britney
Spears
songs.
song? All right, ready? Who
Mhm.
starts?
You do.
Womanizer.
Baby, one more time.
Oops, I did it again.
I'm not a girl, not a woman.
Toxic.
Circus.
3.
Hold it against me.
Till the world ends.
I want to go.
I'm a slave for you.
You keep stealing other ones I want to say.
I know. That's what.
Stronger.
I got nothing. Congratulations.
Winner. Also,
I said I don't know that many.
We also have a GoFundMe to get Adam a blonde wig. It's $25 at Party City.
And the Twitter poll about more likes. I have to wear,
I
like,
lost
the
that bet,
outfit.
but
You were close. There's never been a tweet with my name in it that's gotten that many likes. So I think set the bar a
are
little
you
lower.
famous now? Are you famous
What?
now? Are you famous?
Have you had any tweets go viral?
No, I was once featured on Yahoo Entertainment with a poll that I put out about the wild card twist on Idol, and that got almost 1,000 votes.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, anything else to talk about from the show?
Double Disney night. No bueno.
Well,
But if we're
other
getting
than that,
music from Encanto, I'm going to be excited about that because
We probably will.
They
By the
always
way,
promoted it.
well, I want to say I'm Adam Samuel. You can find me on Twitter at Adam Soapbox. I'm going to try to do another book review. I have on my shelf a Bobby Bones book that is just waiting to be read. It's been a year coming. It's still there. I still have it on my TBR, to be read.
I don't even
where
think we made a bet for this season yet.
We should. What should be the stakes?
I don't know.
If I lose, I have to buy the wig and do the finale podcast.
I wear the crown, you wear the wig.
But what if I win? What happens if I win?
I don't know. I'll wear the blanket and sunglasses. Or is that your thing?
That's my thing. That's a Big Brother thing. It's called blanketing. What about you? Where can we find you?
Reality2_Grace on Twitter.
Ooh, and Matthew will be doing a charity event. Showdown for St. Jude's.
Yeah, for his fantasy
in
game. It's
October.
at DWTS Showdown on Twitter.
Go check it out.
Yes.
Well, I gotta
All
go
our
see
best
Dear
for
Evan
Cody
Hansen.
and Cheryl.
Yes. All the best to them. Are you going to be checking out Dear Evan Hansen? Have you seen it yet?
I'm not watching the movie. The movie got panned. I wanted to see it on stage first anyway, but the movie's getting panned.
It's not coming back to the stage till like December. It's like,
Yeah, the Broadway show doesn't open for a while.
all right. You would think because like to capitalize on the movie, they would really, make a push. But
Well, the
but
movie
no.
wasn't promoted very much.
It was on Big Brother. I think they had a whole segment about it. Anyway, till next time, Grace, always a pleasure to chat with you. Thank you for joining me
Thank you.
today. Until
Thank
next
you.
time, guys.